Hey everyone, my name is Kevin, and my friend Adam and I built Citizenly, an app that helps you navigate the legal immigration process by harnessing the power of artificial intelligence. Now, immigration is something that really hits home to me because it's affected me personally as a first generation immigrant. My family had a lot of trouble. We first came here because of our limited proficiency in English and how much of a quagmire the whole process was. There are two things in particular that were difficult for us. First was legal documents, and second was the citizenship interview. About the former, there are documented cases of attorney fraud all around the country when it comes to immigration law. And I know I experienced this personally when our attorney really wouldn't file our immigration papers and basically depend on us getting deported before he'll be held liable for it. This is a legal loophole that a lot of negligent attorneys use, and they abuse the legal lease in the system and the immigrants' lack of understanding of English to their advantage. This creates a misunderstanding between the client and the attorney, and ultimately makes things really hard for the person trying to find a path to naturalization. The second is citizenship tests, or the naturalization interview. As one brief anecdote, my dad is not religious, but before his green card interview, he prayed. And I'm sure a lot of other immigrants do, because about 100,000 people fail every year. And it's not quite surprising because 1 in 3 American citizens who are already naturalized won't even pass this test either. And there are limited conversational practice tools, limited practice tools in general that will help you simulate speaking in the interview, which means that this relatively high rate of failure is not quite surprising. Now comes our solution. Over the past weekend, we developed an iOS app, as you can see right here, called Citizenly. And you have two options. You can practice your interview, or you can get it to explain a document for you.
Hi, welcome to the U.S. Civics Test. My name is John. I'll be asking you some questions about America.
It'll now generate a couple of questions to ask you. And let's see what John gives us.
What are the first 3 words of the Constitution?
Man, I don't know, but let's try "we the people." Am I going to be one of the 3 that failed this test?
Correct. Good
Great,
job.
nice.
What are 2 rights given to every person under the U.S. Constitution?
Ice cream and Oreos. Okay.
Incorrect. The answer is freedom of speech and the right to bear arms. Who is the current Vice President of the United States?
It'll continue walking you through the test and give you a score after it's all done. Now, for the document explanation, you're able to, let's say your lawyer gave you this form, and we already have it loaded here on your iPhone. This is basically a basic notice of appeal to a DHS officer, assuming that they contested something in your immigration application. It'll process the document, it'll send it to a vector database, and paired with OpenAI,
feel free to ask me any question about the document.
Summarize key details of the document as you ask questions. So for example, let's say I'm interested in how much this costs. You see that it's $110. How much money does this document cost? And
a fee of $110 must be paid for filing this appeal.
It can even answer questions in other languages. Let's say I'm Korean and don't quite understand what this phrase DHS means. 도대체 DHS는 자세히 뭐예요?
DHS는 미국 안보부, Department of Homeland Security, 의약제입니다.
So it responded saying that DHS is the Department of Homeland Security, which is also the right answer. Our hope is that Citizenly will help immigrants moving forward, help have a better understanding of the legal immigration process, and cut through all the legalese that kind of obstructs a lot of people's progress in the pipeline. Our plans for the future is really creating some automated set of guidelines for an immigrant when they first come to the United States and domestically, and then afterward create a kind of automated immigration guideline for all countries around the world, so that there are none of these barriers that obstruct people's path to naturalization. So that's our hope. That's our product, and I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you.